Hello, viewers. Good morning this day. We are again in the episode of Think the Word. This time round, we are going to look at the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verses 3. The Bible says, according as his divine power hath given unto us life and godliness, through the knowledge of him who has called us into glory and virtue. Now, the main thing that we want to look at is who is this divine power, or what is this divine power? Because when we will understand it, then we will know what we receive from our Father. Therefore, the first things that we are going to look at from the text for us to arrive at what we are talking about is who has called us. That is question number one. Because he who has called us through his knowledge has given it to the divine power. Now, the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 12, we see that it is God that has called us. It says, in paraphrasing, that ye may walk worthy of God, who hath called us unto his kingdom and grace. Now we see that it is God who has called us, God the Father. If we look again into the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 verses 9, we will see that it is God who has called us by his Son Jesus Christ. Therefore, how is he calling us according to the book of 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 3? He is calling us through his knowledge, and therefore this knowledge is given to the divine power. The book of 2 Timothy 1:9, by Jesus Christ. Now let us continue. I think I've driven something in your thoughts. Now let us continue. Again, we are looking at all things. Now, through this divine power, we are given all things, which means that these all things comes from the divine power. Matthew chapter 11 verses 27. Christ says that the Father has given me all things. John chapter 3 verses 35. He says that all things have been given unto me. And therefore what we get from the two texts is that all things were given to none other than Jesus Christ, who is the Son of God. Now, how is it related to the divine power, or how is Christ related to the divine power? 1 Corinthians chapter 1:24. Christ is made unto us wisdom and the power of God. Now, that gives us now the conclusion of what we are discussing about. The power of God, the divine power. Therefore, God has called us into glory and virtue through his knowledge. And his knowledge is everything, because it's his character, his law. And therefore, what we have to understand, he gave them to none other than his dear Son, Jesus Christ. Therefore, when Peter is writing about according as his divine power, he is telling us about what God, through his Son Jesus Christ, will do unto us. Christ will give us life and godliness. Therefore, we see something, a relational existence between God and his Son, because he says his. I beg to stop there, viewer. This makes us again to think, what is the importance of that text of 2 Peter chapter 1 verses 3 in terms of relational? It is of very great importance. I want to leave you with that. Think on it. Next time when we'll meet, we'll touch on it. God bless you, and you have a good day. I'm Amundi Vitalis.